It is that time of year, my AKAPADers. It's horror season. It's October. It's the 31 Days of Dread, where we do on this podcast, AKAPAD, the Film Buff Podcast. That's me. We do one horror movie a day for the entire month of October. This year, it's nothing but black and white movies. Let's go. We keep saying it, we keep talking about it. H.P. Lovecraft is a hard shell to crack. We see it with some of the finest filmmakers in the world struggle with the concepts of H.P. Lovecraft. Cosmic horror, giant creatures that the mind cannot imagine, a unseen evil right within reach. We have another independent movie here, guys. The Whisperer in Darkness. Now, my journey to bring you this episode, I've mislabeled the title of this film many, many times. I thought it was The Whisperer in the Darkness. I thought it was The Whisperer in the Darkness. The Whisperer in Darkness, 2011. Sean Branney. This is our guy. I believe he's the one that he directed Call of the Cthulhu, which was a silent movie. These films are associated with the H.P. Lovecraft historical society. There's a couple other films. One of them's like a weird comedy. Like, what are we doing? Should just be serious films. And you want to say Sean's intent here isn't just to make a good movie, because that's what he's done. He's trying to put H.P. Lovecraft in the era of film history. And previously, it was the silent era. Now it's the raging 50s, baby. High concept, big ideas, near perfect storytelling. There's a certain flow that he matches. It's almost like a subconscious thing that he matches with the films of this era. You watch this movie, and let's just say AI can go in and match the grain and the focus, just so your eye knows it's old. You would think this movie was made alongside the Universal Monster black and white movies. We have a very similar plot. There's a cult, there's a discovery. The cult is trying to open up a portal to unleash hell on earth. We have a few people trying to stop it. The crazy thing with H.P. Lovecraft is that people are still figuring out how to tell these stories. I believe Sean's work now puts a foot forward, but we still haven't seen big Hollywood catch on to H.P. We may never will. The closest we got to maybe a true H.P. Lovecraft saga on the big screen was Tom Cruise, Guillermo del Toro. They were supposed to do In the Mouth of Madness. And keep in mind, H.P. Lovecraft's books and stories, they're novellas. They're 200 pages max. I believe Guillermo del Toro did one fantastic documentary about H.P. Lovecraft. Might have been around the time that movie was supposed to start production. I'm watching this movie and I'm thinking how much of a perfect prequel or more or less presentation wise, we can watch this movie, then watch Stephen King's The Mist, Frank Darabont, which could be right. That's right up there with Altered States as the best of the best for HP. But this movie sets up The Mist. So if we're familiar with The Mist, if we're familiar with the horrors that come out of this portal, right? The Javelin Project, it might have been called. Which a lot of people now, right? Like that's somewhat of the Stephen King universe. I think The Mist is like the military project in The Mist is where all of Stephen King's like supernatural elements come from in the Stephen King universe. It, so on and so forth. I think even it leads right into Dark Tower. There's YouTube videos on it, but they're long. But AKAPAD for the 31 Days of Dread. A lot of what we're doing this year is we spoke about it with the Jack the Ripper. We spoke about it with those early silent black and white Universal horror features. The silent films that we opened up this year with. Hunchback of Notre Dame, Phantom of the Opera. And then there will be none. Foundational movies that become this narrative bedrock. I think it's incredible when these films are discovered. I am proud to put a little bit of a stamp on them during the show. The Whisperer in Darkness is one of the best throwback movies I've ever seen. And I call it a throwback because it is intended to be watched with the original Universal Studios horror movies. Intended to be watched with King Kong, the original King Kong, the original Godzilla. We spoke about those earlier. It's a hell of a achievement by Sean, and he does it twice. He does it with Call of Cthulhu, and he does it with this. And I might have went through the same thing twice with him. You know, I've done a little bit of research. I tried to dig him up online. Not very successful. But I did it twice, because I'm watching Call of Cthulhu, and I'm just like, oh man, I gotta know who, like, I should send this guy something. Tell him thank you. But this is also a example of getting it done and doing it. On the H.P. Lovecraft Foundation Historical Society website, there's a production log of this movie. I think this movie is there. I really do. Now, I assume it was crowdfunded. If it wasn't crowdfunded, I'm even more impressed, just because I can only imagine what type of money they had to deal with. I think this is one of the better H.P. Lovecraft movies, period. I think it captures the themes, the ideas. It has a fantastic hook ending, fantastic creatures at the end. Shocking moment, too, where they pull this girl out of a biplane and they just drop her, and you're just like, man, no one's going to get out. This is, you know, like, what's going to happen? What's going to happen? Like, triggered type storytelling. Really good stuff. AKAPAD. The Whisperer in Darkness, I believe, right now is available on Tubi. You better go check it out.
Okay, that's a wrap.